fellow jayhawkers and time travelers and people searching. That's interesting, right? People searching. The thought occurred to me, the other day about fairy dust of all stuff, right? Fairy dust. What the hell has fairy dust got to do with anything? You know, I, if you could get fairy dust on Amazon, if anybody would have it, it'd be Amazon, right? And you could get it, and it would magically cure all your problems. Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, wouldn't that be just spectacular that you could sprinkle some fairy dust? And I still think a lot of people believe that that's really what it's going to be. When you're on the spiritual journey, sprinkle some fairy dust, and all of a sudden, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. Oh, it's going to be awesome, right? Well, what happens is, then you realize that that's not what's going to happen, and that's not what the way it's going to be, and that's not what needs to happen. And maybe even if you had it, maybe that wouldn't work either, because then you would use it. And then every time you got in problems, you, instead of figuring out what it is or solve them or go on your spiritual journey, what would happen was that you'd find out that there is a process, right? There's a process to enlightenment on your spiritual journey, right? And that process sometimes is the work that you have to put in to get where you want to go. And what's the key word behind that? You got to be willing. You have a willingness to go to any lengths, right? Am I really willing to do whatever it takes? I'd like to tell you it's always yes, but the truth is it's not. And it's not fairy dust either, right? It's the operation, it's the work, it's the faith, it's the commitment, it's the willingness, it's the desire that where you were at, you don't want to be anymore, right? And nobody can do that for you. You've got to do it yourself, and you got to want it. The problem gets to be is that you get so far out of the circle that you have trouble getting back in. So what's the key? The key is to not get out of the circle, right? The key is to stay in the middle. And if you stay in the middle, guess what? If you do fall down or you do get run over, because that's going to happen, why? Because that's life, Life has a weird way of kicking us dead square in the ass. And that's where the faith comes in. But if I'm on that road in the middle of the herd when that happens, I've got a lot of people around me to be able to lift me up. So yeah, you know what? If there was a magic pill or there was fairy dust, I would abuse it just like I have everything else that I thought was the solution, when the solution is only God. So today, I have to be willing to let God come in my life and discipline me in the way that I know I need to be disciplined.